Great morning. Great morning, you guys. Come on in. Come on in. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. You guys come on in. Come on in this Saturday morning. It is Saturday morning, bright and early. And I got some announcements to make. How about that? Great morning. Y'all let me know who's here and where you are tuning in from. Great morning. Hey, Jackie. Hey, April. How are you? So good to see you all. So good to see you all. Go ahead, share the broadcast. Share the broadcast. Share the broadcast. Baby, this word right here. Listen, I gotta fix my drink, honey. I gotta fix my power cocktail this morning. Sheeta, I missed you. Thank you so much for sharing, April. Thank you for sharing. Go ahead, share the broadcast. Share the broadcast. Oh, baby, this is a good one. Ooh, this one juicy. It's so good. Oh my God. Like, I'm so excited about this word, y'all. Y'all listen, God is just, baby, he's amazing. That's what I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to say. Is God is amazing. He knows how to do all things well. All of them, honey. All of them. So y'all go on and share. Your girl got stars. I got stars and stars and stars. You can send me stars now. Listen, I'm so excited that I have crossed another social media digital creator threshold, and now you can bless me with stars, y'all. Listen, you can purchase stars and send stars to me as a way of supporting my content. Like, I am, y'all listen. What? Yep. Let me find out. Oh, I did find out. Y'all listen, I'm super excited about what God is doing in this season. Girl, fall break will do it. When you ain't got to get up and get the kids together and stuff. I understand, but I'm glad you're back. So listen, y'all, listen. Let me tell y'all. God is so amazing. God is so amazing. So I've got a lot of stuff going on, right? I'm transitioning from Columbia, South Carolina to Bowling Green, Kentucky. So I gotta pack stuff here so that when I leave, it goes to Kentucky. Okay. I have my Dr. USA pageant today, my interview this morning. The pageant is tonight. It will be streaming. Although I won't be there live. They'll be streaming the pageant. Okay. So the pageant will stream tonight at 7 p.m. Tonight we find out the winner. We can't quit. Okay, tonight we'll find out the winner. You'll get a chance to see me in my evening gown. You'll get a chance to see, I think, my field presentation. I'm not quite sure everything that they're going to show, but you'll get a chance to see kind of my journey in the pageant. Okay, so you'll get a chance to see that, and I'm excited about that. Meanwhile, I'm going to be at a gala. I don't know how that's gonna work. But that's where I'm going to be. 444, y'all. Put that in the comments. Thank you, beautiful. You so sweet. Girl, yes. I will be residing in BG. Okay, we do, girl, we do. I'm actually going to be staying with Travella, so I'll be with Travella, so I'm excited about that. So listen, so much is going on. 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 Thank you, April. Good morning, Mike. Listen, so much is going on. Now, listen, let me tell you why I labeled this what I did. Hold on. Wait. I know I got to drink it while it's good and stirred up so I can get all of the goody goodies. Hold on. Bam. Just like that. Okay. So listen, I've got this gala tonight, right? So when I was with Jackie, and I have an evening gown. I have an evening gown, but it wasn't what I wanted to wear, right? It wasn't what I want. Y'all know me. It wasn't what I wanted to wear. It's beautiful. It's amazing. I love it, but it wasn't what I wanted to wear tonight to the gala. Like I had in my mind this kind of vision of kind of what I wanted to wear, like along the lines of. So Jackie and I went shopping. I found a little dress, but the dress was, it was a cocktail dress and my tail was too big for the dress. Okay. Like I could fit the dress. That was not the problem. But baby, it was a shorter dress, baby. Listen, all of this, madunk. It said no. Because all your tail will be out and you'll catch pneumonia in your tail. Remember how the old people used to say that? You gonna catch pneumonia in your tail. That's what it would have been like, right? So I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna wear. So my cousin says, I got a dress. Well, we hadn't had a chance for me to see the dress or try on the dress. And last night was the girls' senior night. And I went to senior night and got a chance to walk on the field with my baby Caitlin. Rhonda walked with Kennedy. So got to support the twins. I love my nieces, so proud of them. And they cheered amazing. I was just so proud. I was that proud auntie. But it was cold. And I was like, I can't do it. So I left, right? Left the second quarter. And the seats was cold. No, freezing. Didn't warm up. Okay. So came to the house, called Rhonda later and said, hey, can I come get the dress? She was like, yeah, well, why don't you come? You can try it on. And if it works, go ahead and take it. So I go to my cousin's house to get the dress. Now I know I need to get the dress because I've got a lot of moving pieces today. So I know that I got to get up, I got to get myself packed, but I also have to prepare for my interview that's like at 10. And after the interview, I've got to leave Columbia to go to Loganville to Jackie's house so I can get dressed for the gala and not be far and then go on in. Y'all hold on, let me put on my do not disturb. So I go to Rhonda's. Well, the spot that I normally park in is full. Okay. So I park on the street. So I parked in a place I normally don't park. I walked up the through the yard, but there were limbs that had fallen that were there. So I'm trying to navigate my way through the limbs on the ground and make sure I don't fall, right? So I navigate my way through the limbs in the yard that I normally don't walk through because I normally don't park in the street. And I park where I don't normally park, walk through where I normally don't walk through. And I got to the sidewalk to go to her house. Well, one part of the sidewalk was really high, and I was like, oh, no, I'm not going to try to step up on that. So I go to step up on the other part of the sidewalk. Clearly, I misjudged it. Okay. I misjudged it. And I felt my foot not go all the way over, but it hit it and I was going to fall. I knew I was going to fall. I couldn't stop myself from falling. I saw the fall. I had anticipated the fall. Like the fall was going to happen. I was going to fall. I had my phone in my hand. I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting ready to fall. Right. So as I'm getting ready to fall, I start going forward and I'm trying to figure out how am I going to catch myself. I got to catch myself because what I cannot do is fall flat faced on this concrete. I can't do that, right? I know it's going to hurt. The fall is going to hurt. I'm anticipating the hurt. I'm falling. My knee hits. I fall forward. I try to catch myself with my hands. Well, my phone is in one hand. My phone, bam, hits the concrete. I'm like, Oh my God. What in the world? My hand scrapes and slides and I fall flat. And I'm laying there. I said, okay. Now I'm talking to myself and I'm talking to myself out loud. Okay. Okay. Now you just fell. You got to get up. Excuse me. Out in that cold. So I start trying to gather myself to get up. Mind you, my knee is scraped up. It's probably bleeding. I've got on ripped jeans, so my knees are exposed. And so I'm trying to get up. I said, girl, you better get up, get up, get up. So I'm getting up. I have to sit myself up, work my way up. And I get up, get to the door, ring the doorbell. I'm standing there. Listen, y'all got to come to the door because I have fallen in Kentucky, Bowling Green in Kentucky. So I get up. They come to the door. Kennedy opens the door. Hey, auntie. I said, girl, I fell. I need everybody to know I fell. I fell out here. Y'all sidewalk attacked me. She said, auntie, how you fall? I said, girl, I was trying to step up on the sidewalk because I was parked in the street. And I tripped and I fell, girl. I dropped my phone face down. First thing I did, y'all know, was look at that phone. Is it cracked? Is my phone cracked? Is it broken? It wasn't. Praise God. So I go into my cousin's room and she said, girl, I left the dress downstairs and I done walked up the stairs. My knee is hurting. I've fallen and I barely got up. And now I'm like, I really ain't finna have no good knees. Now, what? They just don't want me to be great. So I'm talking to my cousin and I said, we still talking about the fall. Like, I done tried the dress on. Listen, dress is amazing. I can't wait for you guys to see it tonight and to see the pictures. It's absolutely amazing. And I'm getting ready to walk out the door. I said, girl, I still can't believe I fell, honey. She said, girl, me either. Fee, you got to be careful. And I said, listen, I said, some falls are unavoidable. But guess what? It didn't take me out. It wasn't fatal. And I said, what? Some falls are unavoidable, but they're not fatal. They're a non-fatal fall. Now, listen, did it hurt? It absolutely did. And my knee is still hurting this morning as proof. Do they leave some scars? They absolutely do, because I still got some scratches and stuff on my knee. I scraped up the hand on my skin. It's not bad, though, so it's just pulled up a little bit. But baby, I didn't die from the fall. The fall didn't take me out. The fall didn't kill me. The fall didn't stop me. It may have slowed me down a little bit, but the fall didn't stop me. I couldn't avoid the fall. The fall was going to happen, but it was non-fatal. Baby, some of y'all are looking at some stuff wrong. You're looking at some things that have happened in your life wrong. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you failed. Okay. Yeah, you failed. You knew you was getting ready to fall. You saw the fall happening. You couldn't break the fall. You couldn't stop the fall. So you had to take the fall. But it didn't destroy you. It didn't kill you. It was non-fatal. Thank God for the non-fatal falls in your life, because the non-fatal falls in your life serve a purpose. Now you may be saying, Dr. V, what possible purpose could that fall have served last night? You know what? I don't know. If all it did was give me this word, this lesson, baby, that was enough. The fall was worth it. Because if someone, anyone, and I'm going to start with me, can learn that all falls aren't fatal, take the fall. You see the fall coming. You trying to do everything in your power to avoid the fall, but you can just fall and get back up instead of doing all of this fighting, trying to keep from falling. You fall and then get up. It's over. It's done. Will there be some consequences? Yeah, and it's okay. It's gonna be all right. Guess what? The scratches on my hand are not visible. The scratches on my knee are visible, but won't last always. It's a temporary thing. Sometimes you need a little scratch just to remind you you've been someplace, just to remind you you've been through some stuff. Baby, that's it. But get up. It wasn't fatal. Yeah, you failed. Okay, get up. Now, I could have just laid there. I could have just laid there talking about, oh, I've fallen and I can't get up. But what would have been the point? If I had within me the ability to get up from a non-fatal fall, if I just lay there, then what I want to be is a victim. All I want to do is stay stuck in victim status. All I want to do is be stuck in a place where somebody feels sorry for me. Oh, you fail. Oh my God. It's hard. I already, listen, y'all, now I ain't gonna lie now. When I walked in that door, I needed somebody to say, oh, because I failed. I could not believe I failed. Now, nobody saw the fall. If I hadn't said I failed, nobody would have known I failed. But I had to make sure they knew I failed out there. I failed. But I got back up. All falls are not fatal. Mike said, and some you don't see, but it's still working for your good. Absolutely. Now listen, I went to my cousin's house with a singular mission: to get the dress. I had to go get the dress. I was determined to get the dress. I didn't let that fall make me turn around and go get in my car and not go get that dress. No, I done went through all that and I done failed. I'm getting the dress. I'm getting this dress. Let me go in here and try this dress on. Let me go in here and try it. And then, check this out. We couldn't zip the dress all the way up. But I love the dress so much. I said, well, wait a minute. Well, can we tuck the zipper part that won't zip inside and make it look like it's a V and it's supposed to be like that? They were like, oh, that's a good idea. We tucked it. It looked good. But then I was holding the dress. I was like, okay. Then I was holding the dress and I looked. And I said, wait a minute. This is taking up right here. I said, Rhonda, this taking up. You got this taking up. That's why it ain't zipping. I said, girl, well, listen, can I take this out? Okay? Can I take this out so that I can zip the dress up? And then I'll put it back for you. And she was like, yeah, go ahead. Listen, let me tell you something. God is so freaking amazing. Listen, I wanted the dress more than I wanted to lay on the ground and be a victim. I wanted the dress more than I wanted to allow the fact that it wouldn't zip all the way up because of my strong back. So that I could look and see that it had been taken up about an inch. Girl, give me that inch. I need that. Okay. I wanted the dress more than allowing anything to interfere with my ability to get to the dress, get the dress on, and make the dress fit and make the dress work. Listen to me. That's how we need to want our destiny. That's how we need to want God. So much so that we don't allow anything to prevent us from getting there. Anything to prevent us from, going through whatever obstacles we got to go through to get to God, to get to our destiny, to get to his promises. We just get up and keep moving. The fall was unavoidable. I couldn't stop the fall. I couldn't. Like, once I lifted my leg up and began to lean like I was getting ready to step down, it was over. The fall was going to happen. But the fall wasn't fatal. Some of y'all are looking at stuff that happened in your life and you think it's fatal. It's not. It's not going to kill you and it's not going to kill your destiny. If anybody and the things that they've done consciously, knowingly, should have a destiny that was destroyed, it's me. Like, if anybody should have been counted out, it's me. God has not counted me out and he's not counting you out. Yeah, you've made some not good choices. Okay. Yeah, some things didn't turn out the way you thought they would. Okay. You've had some bad relationships, maybe some marriages that didn't work. Okay. You've made some decisions that resulted in you using coping mechanisms that may not have been the best coping mechanisms in the world. Okay. But baby, long as you still got breath, you can still get to the promise. You can still get to your destiny. You can still get there. You know, I believe sometimes falls are designed to see how much stick-to-itness we have. Are we going to stick to it, or are we going to give up? Are we going to press through, or are we going to give up? You see, I've learned that all things work together for me, even that fall. That fall was working together for me. God knew I was going to fall. He knew how the fall was going to happen. He knew everything that was going to transpire. And he still allowed the fall to happen. He didn't catch me. He didn't keep me from falling. He didn't keep me from scratching my knee. He didn't keep me from feeling the pain, but he kept it from killing me. That part right there. He didn't keep me from falling, didn't keep me from feeling the pain, but he kept it from killing me. What does that sound like? Have you considered my servant Job? Yeah, I considered him, but you know, you got a hedge of protection around him. I can't touch him. God said, okay, you can touch him. And you can even touch his body, but you can't kill him. Baby, let me tell you something. There's some things that were meant to kill you, but can't kill you. Some things that were meant to take you out, but they can't take you out. And the moment you understand that it's non-fatal, in other words, it's not to death. This is not unto death. You can go through the process, appreciating the process, being grateful to God for the process and the experience, because there's something that he's doing in it. There's something that he's trying to get to you. There's some gifts he's trying to give you. Now, what gift did I get last night? Well, let me see. I got that all falls aren't fatal. I got the dress that I'm wearing to the gala tonight. I got a chance to hug and kiss on my cousin before I leave today. I got a chance to get back up and get moving again. I got a chance to learn a lesson about that step. I got a chance to navigate some things that I don't normally navigate and navigate them successfully. And then I got a chance to get back and be able to do what I needed to do and lay down and get rest. And I got a good story. I said, girl, yeah. I said, sometimes you can't stop from falling. The fall is unavoidable, but it ain't fatal. I said, whoo, the fall is unavoidable. It ain't fatal. What you said? You can't prevent the fall, but it ain't gonna kill you. That's good. Y'all, listen, maybe it ain't good to you, but that's good to me. That even when I fall, the fall ain't fatal. Listen, I felt like, what's that little boy name? Nas X. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. I fell and got back up. I felt like Donnie McClurkin. We fall down, but we get up. Listen, I had a plethora of songs playing in my head. I said, oh no, baby. You thought you had me, baby. No, sir. You can't take me out. Oh, I'm going to get to the dress. Oh no, I'm going to get to my desk. Now, I don't care that I failed. Yep, I failed. Sure did. And what? I'm back again. I'll be like, I'm back, bees. You gotta know that that God got you even when you fall. That's why y'all better stop allowing people to hold your sins against you. When you've given them to God, when you've repented, when you say, God, listen, I can't get on the other side of this unless you help me get on the other side. And while you're getting to the other side, you may fall again and again and again and again and again until one day you look up and you ain't falling no more. Stop allowing people to hold you in bondage. Hey, Mama Young. She said, amen. I've fallen over 5 times, every time I immediately got to tell the devil he's the father of lies. Jesus done paid the price. If he delivered me out of a house fire, devil, go sit down somewhere. Sit down. Listen, you got to get a boldness in your ability to speak to those things, situations, and people that are trying to hold you hostage. For what? Now, listen, though. I want you to hear this because I need y'all to understand some stuff. Now, I had a choice to make. Now, what I could have done is focused on or use some self-sabotaging behaviors. It wasn't going to really help me, right? But you get comfortable with them, right? And just been like, oh, something always happening. I'm always falling. Something's always happening to me. God, why is this happening to me? Oh, poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me. Maybe if I say enough poor me's, I'll get some attention. Baby, this ain't the time for that. You ain't got time for that. That's not the kind of attention you want, nor the kind of attention you need. It's time to kill the saboteurs, those things that you use to sabotage yourself. You still sabotaging yourself and you don't want to do no better. You don't want to get no better. You don't want to do nothing different. You want to always stay in the same loop. Your life is on repeat. You're living Groundhog Day over and 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 over again, repeating the same cycle time after time after time after time after time. At some point, you need to say enough is enough. Oh, enough is enough. Oh, I'm not playing. I'm not playing with my life and my destiny. I'm not playing. I don't have time to play. I need y'all to hear me. I don't have time to play. There's some things that God said he's going to do in my life before the end of 2022. I know we're in 5783. I know we've already crossed over into the new year, but God said before 2022 is out, it's some stuff that I still yet have to do in your life. And I'm watching him do it bit by bit and piece by piece. And you may not be able to see the whole picture, and I may not be able to see the whole picture, but guess who can see the whole picture? God. God not only can see the whole picture, he's seen the whole picture. He's already put everything in motion. And I don't know what that fall was meant to do. And it may be some stuff that's still yet to be revealed from the fall. But baby, let me tell you something. I am here for it. If it took the fall for me to learn that all falls aren't fatal, they may be unavoidable, but they ain't fatal, baby, the fall was worth it. If it took the fall for me to be able to encourage somebody today to not to allow your fall to keep you down, right? To get back up again, to keep moving, to keep pressing, to keep going. Oh, it was worth it. If it took the fall for me to be able to get to the dress, God, it was worth it. If it took the fall for me to get to the dress, to get to the gala, to be able to meet the people I'm going to meet, oh, baby, it was worth it. Baby, when I can tell you, baby, I made it even though I failed trying to get the dress to get here. I can tell you I made it even though I failed trying to get to my destiny. I can tell you I failed, but I kept getting back up. Baby, you may look at my life and see my life is jacked up. You may look at my marriage and be like, oh my God, she's been married and divorced 5 times. She needed to stop. You can say that all you want, but I will tell you one thing about me for sure and two for certain. I will never, hear me when I say this, and I say this with all holy boldness, I will never allow the things that I've gone through to stop me from getting to where God has for me to be. And when you get that kind of tenacity, when you get that level of boldness, then you understand you got to get singular in your vision, but expanded in your focus. What did I just say? Singular in your vision. I know where I'm going, but my focus is expanded so I can see all around me, so that I'm learning lessons and I'm getting nuggets and I'm getting gems and I'm helping others and I'm dropping nuggets on my way to my destination. I've been watching Game of Thrones, right? I've been watching Game of Thrones. And baby, let me tell you something. God been speaking to me about kingdom and realms and the eternal battle through Game of Thrones. So I'm just going to share that. I ain't trying to spoil it for nobody. I'm just going to share this little bit with y'all, right? I'm going to share this little bit with y'all. This is from the book of Game of Thrones, okay? In Game of Thrones, there's a young woman who was born with a birthright. Listen, born with a birthright. She was whisked away and hidden away so that her enemies that would have destroyed her could not reach her. While she was whisked away, she learned some coping mechanisms, right? Learn some coping mechanisms. This is how I gotta do this, what I gotta do to survive, right? Some survival tools and skills. But when she found herself in a place where she no longer was just focused on surviving, the same things that helped her to survive were threatening to destroy her journey to her destiny. Catch this, catch this, catch this. God has given you a divine birthright, a crown that's your crown, a throne to sit upon. Listen to me, y'all. And you've been going through your life just surviving, not realizing that you were an heir. Mm, mm, mm. You're an heir. You're an heir to the throne. But you acting like a peasant, a commoner, rather than the royalty that you are. And I'm not talking about royalty in terms of you're snubbing your nose up at people, but I'm talking about royalty in terms of you know your authority and you know your value. I'm in a season. I'm in a season where I know my value. And I'm not going to cater to the whims of others because I understand that I'm royalty. Oh, I know you may want me to just agree with you. I'm not going to agree with you if you're not right. For what? Oh, you may want me to tell you, oh, you're good, you're good. You don't need to do anything. No, that's fine. That choice is a great choice. Don't ask me if you don't want to know. If you don't want to hear the wisdom, don't ask the question. See, this is why, listen, I had to learn to stop volunteering my opinion on people's lives and situations when they haven't asked for it. Stop volunteering your opinion when no one asked you. But when you get asked, say something of value in a way it can be heard, in a way that comes out with love. Period. I couldn't avoid the fall, but the fall was non-fatal. It didn't take me out. It scratched me up. It delayed me a little bit. I felt a little pain. And even though nobody was out there, I felt a little embarrassment because I failed. But baby, I wasn't so embarrassed that I couldn't get up. I wasn't so hurt that I couldn't keep moving. And I wasn't so devastated that I allowed it to stop me from my goal. See, that's that grown woman-ish. See, we so busy out here talking about how grown we are. I'm grown. I'm this. I'm that. But you can't get up from a fall. Tomorrow, I'm doing No More Sabotage Part 1 and Part 2. If you found yourself in a place called stuck, like you know that there's some place that you're supposed to get to, you know that there's a destiny that you have, but you cannot figure out for the life of you why you can't. I'm talking about you've fasted, you've prayed, you've gone to church, you've gone to conferences, you've done retreats, you've done all of this stuff, and you are still yet stuck. You still haven't gotten through. You still haven't gotten to the other side. I would contend this, that your self-sabotaging behaviors are interfering with your destiny, but it's not fatal. It's not fatal that you got some self-sabotaging behaviors because that can be discovered, killed, and gotten on the other side of. You just need some help. Our problem is we can need help and not be willing to ask for help. We can need help, have help offered to us, and not be willing to accept it. We can need help, have help offered to us, and have the opportunity to take full advantage of the help and still yet not move. Y'all listen. The classes are $75 each, $140 for part 1 and part 2, and you can use Afterpay, which means you can do it in 4 payments. 4 payments. 4 payments if you do one class of less than $20. Huh? If you do both classes, that's 4 payments of like less than $35. What? And you can't do that? You can't invest that in you. You can't invest $140 in you. You can't invest some every 2-week payments in you. You can't invest that in you. But I promise you this, I bet you spend more than $35 a week on stuff that is not going to stay in you. It's going to go in you and come back out. You spend more than $35 a week eating out. And all you're going to do is poop that out. We're talking about investing in something that's going to change your life. You don't think it's going to change your life? I double dog dare you to look at any of the people that I'm getting ready to name. Look at their social media. See what they're saying. Scroll back about a month and a half and see what they were saying then and see how they're showing up now. Listen, I'm talking about where's the evidence? They are the evidence, okay? They're the evidence. You can look at my life. Baby, let me tell y'all something. One thing about me is this. You listen. I can't be beat. You know why? Because my daddy fights for me. You can say what you want. You can think what you want. You can hear what you want. You can believe what you want. But I will always and forever show up doing what my daddy has called me to do with boldness and tenacity. It doesn't matter who's in my life, who's not in my life, what worked, what didn't work, whether I'm teaching at a university or not teaching at a university. My identity is in God. And because I know who I am in God, that makes some people uncomfortable because they can't control me. No, you ain't going to control me. The only one who controls me is God. Other than that, I submit myself. And that's a choice. Nobody can make me do anything. And God doesn't even make me do anything. He gives me a choice. And you have a choice. You can stay right where you are doing what you've always done, still stuck in the same situation, not getting movement, not getting what you want. Or you can choose you. Choose your destiny. Choose the mission that God has given to you and a way to get on the other side of what's been preventing you from getting there. Because I promise you, it's not the lack of money. It's not the lack of support. It's you. You are the reason that you're not on the other side. These self-sabotaging behaviors that you developed as a child that helped you to survive, they serve their purpose. Now it is time to kill them. We don't want to kill nothing. We don't want to kill nothing. See, one thing about medieval times that's evident in Game of Thrones. If you are going to overtake a kingdom, you cannot allow to live anything that is a threat to your reign. Come on now. Every one of your saboteurs, your self-sabotaging behavior that you've lied to yourself and told yourself work for you. It's a lie. Kill it. Everything I know, you thought, okay. But my high achiever, like that's a good thing. Like it keeps me motivated. It keeps me doing stuff, but it keeps you stuck in a cycle of feeling like you're only valuable as long as you're doing. You're only valuable as long as you're achieving. No, baby, you're valuable if you don't never do another thing because God made you. That's where your value lies. It's not in your achievements. It's not in what you've accomplished. My value is not in my PhD, my master's, or my bachelor's. It's not in the fact that I was a tenured full professor. It's not my value. My value is not in whether I hold a professor position or not. I am an educator no matter what. My value is in who God made me to be. And I am enough. And listen, you got to stop allowing yourself to feel some type of way about your value based on the opposite sex treatment of you or their view of you. What? Let me tell you something. This is for the men and the women. If somebody don't want you enough to make you theirs, that's on them. Because somebody's waiting for you. Now, why are you playing over here? I want him to want me. And I know what that feels like. Why are you playing over here? Well, if I just give her this, then she'll want me. If you got to give a woman stuff for her to want you, she don't want you. She want what you got. If you got to give a woman stuff for her to want you, she don't want you. She wants what's in your hand. I bet God feels like that sometimes with us. They talking about, I want. God, I need. Then when stuff dry up, now you ain't talking to God. What? You don't want God. You want what's in God's hand. You better learn to want God. And then you won't have to ask for the stuff. He'll just give it. The same is true in relationship. The same is true in relationship. You won't have to manipulate. You won't have to hold out. You don't have to do any of that stuff. I'm telling you, y'all better get this. Men, stop being a sucker. What is a sucker? A man who a woman uses to get stuff from, but she has no intention of being with him. She knows she has no intention of being with him. She may know she's not even going to give him none. You being a sucker and you ain't even getting none. You a sucker. If you get some, you just buying some coochie. That's all you doing. But it'll never get you what you really desire. Now, if you just want to buy coochie, then just say, I'm buying coochie. But if you want a woman who really wants you, you don't have to buy her. You don't have to buy her. I'm not saying don't do things for her. Don't buy her nice. I'm not saying that. But know that she wants your heart. She wants you. Not just what's in your hand. Because if she just wants what's in your hand, when your hand is empty, she's gone. Oh my God. I don't know who this for. But this coming out strong. Men, when your hand is empty, when you no longer have, when something happens to you and you can't do, she'll be gone. That's not what you want. You want the woman that when nothing is in your hands, she says, baby, don't worry about it. We got this. God's got us. Let's figure out what we're going to do next. That's who you want in your life. Y'all better stop getting caught up in this BBLs, baby, because that stuff ain't real. That stuff ain't real. It don't change your genes. Have a child with a woman with a BBL, and the body of that child gonna be like the mama's body before the BBL. If she had plastic surgery and she got her nose fixed, and so she looked like this now, but her original nose don't look like that. When she have a baby, the baby nose gonna look like her nose before the surgery. Stop being so caught up in superficial stuff. Find a woman that has a mission and a purpose and a passion for God. You won't have to make her submit, beat her into submission. You won't have to do it because she'll fall in place. She'll adapt to your kingship. She'll be able to say, my Lord. Babe, I'm telling y'all something. Game of Thrones got me on some other stuff, baby. I'm trying to tell y'all. When you understand that you are in the presence of the king, when you're in the presence of a king, you move different. Some of y'all want a queen, but you haven't become a king. Be a king. A king is a leader. A king has direction. A king has vision. Don't be a boy king. Just allowing a woman to tell you how to do it, whether it's your mama or your wife. Be a king. So when the time comes for you to make a stand, you can make a stand and you're not moved by the coochie. Whether it's the one you came out of or the one you go into. My God, today. Listen, let me say that one more time for the people in the back that didn't hear it. Be a king. Be a man who's able to make decisions so that when you got to make a tough decision, you won't be swayed by the coochie, whether it's the one that you came out of or the one that you go into. Women have so much power, and we don't always wield it appropriately. Women, your turn. Stop begging men to want you. Stop being such a people pleaser that you feel like, well, if I just do this, if I just do that, then he's going to love. Listen. Let me tell y'all something about men. Let me tell y'all something about them. If they really love you, if they really want you, they'll do what they need to make sure that you're good. They'll pursue you. They'll have any conversation they need to have. They'll cut off anything or anyone they need to cut off for you to be able to move forward. If they're not willing to do those things, chances are they may not want you badly enough. Or they may not want you at all. They may simply want what? The coochie. This is why we can't be leading with the coochie. Stop leading with the coochie. It's always some better coochie out there. I'm trying to tell y'all. It's always some better coochie out there somewhere. And if you lead with the coochie, you're going to have to always drive by the coochie. Y'all want to lead with the coochie and then cut the coochie off. No, you can't do that. Stop that. It's deception, manipulation, and witchcraft. Stop it. I'm going to draw him in with the coochie, but then I'm going to say, well, no, we can't do that. It doesn't work. Stop it. We can't do that. It doesn't work. Now, I'm not talking about, you got convicted and you're like, I can't do this. I'm talking about you intentionally go in with the coochie and then say, I'm going to cut the coochie off. And if I cut the coochie off, then I'll get what I want. It don't work. You won't. Because if all he wanted was the coochie, then once he's gotten the coochie and you cut the coochie off, he's going to go get the next coochie. Period. Love you enough to know men are hunters. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine and I laughed at this, but it's very much the truth, right? Men are hunters. But let me tell you what we do as women. Not all women. I'm not saying all women do this, but I've done this. I know I've done it. I may be the only one that's ever done it, but listen, I'm just saying. Men are hunters, but we give them a dead carcass. We just lay there. Here I am. Devour me. But they didn't hunt for you. Hunters don't want to eat nothing that they didn't hunt for. And if you don't give them the opportunity to hunt, they're going to hunt somewhere else because they're hunters. Now, if they hunt and get you, then they, I got a prize because I had to hunt for that. I had to work for that. Stop laying yourself out on a silver platter. Men don't like it. It's a difficult lesson to learn, but it's one that changes the game. Now, I literally, and I've done it. Listen, y'all, I need y'all to hear me. I'm not judging because I've done it. When you want something so badly, you just say, here I am. Yes, Roz, a dead carcass. Dead carcass, because that's what it is to him. Listen, we just like getting straight to the point. That's all. Now, listen. We can say we like getting straight to the point, right? We can say we like getting straight to the point. But what is the point? What is the point? Every person of the opposite sex that you encounter is not your mate. But it doesn't mean that they're not supposed to be in your life. We don't want to go through the process. We don't want to go through the process. We don't want to let things take their course. We don't want that. We want the conclusion of the matter in the beginning. But that may not even be what you need. It may not even be what you want. You may not even want them for real if you go through the process. You may not. So we just got to look at this thing a little differently. And I'm not saying play a bunch of games, because I'm not with no games. I'm not playing no games. If you want somebody to play games with, I'm not playing those kind of games. Now, I'm going to be straightforward. I'm going to be to the point. I'll tell you what my heart's desire is, right? But you need to qualify for me. I'm not the only one qualifying. You need to qualify. And your qualification is not in your credit score. It's not just in how much money you make, where you live, what you drive, what you do for a living. No, your qualification is in your mission, your vision. Can we build something together? What do you like when things are tough? What do you like when things don't go your way? Are you a compassionate man, but not a soft man? Do you know when to be soft and when to be hard? Can you tell me no? If you can't tell me no, you can't be my man. Do we match? Do I want to be seen in public with you? Do I want to be seen with you? When people look at you, are you a reflection of what I think I am? Now let's take it a step further. Are you a reflection of who I know I am? Yes, Roz, qualify. Qualify for me. Qualify for me. There's a thing that, y'all listen, I'm telling you, y'all gonna hear a lot of Game of Thrones references, but there's a thing that they used to do in medieval times. They would joust, right? They would joust, right? And they would sword fight and stuff, and all this good stuff, you know. And what I noticed in that, and then listen to this, y'all. This is crazy to me. But what I noticed in that is there would be men who would talk big game, but would never put themselves in a position where they would have to face death. Oh, they would talk good. Oh, they would carry a sword. Oh, it might be a big, nice, shiny sword, right? They might do like this. But they never had to use one. They'd never gone into battle. I don't want a man that ain't been battle tested. You ain't gone through nothing? Oh, you can't be with me. No. I need a man that's gone through some battles. I need a man that might even have some scars. You hear me? Because if you got some scars, that means you went through some stuff and you got up and you kept going. I need a man that's battle tested. Women, stop just wanting a man and get a man that's battle tested. You get a man that ain't battle tested. When he go through something, he's subject to check out on you. What? No, sir. It gets too hard. He want to take it out on you. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. That's not what we doing. We're not doing that. You need a man who can be a man without telling you that he's the man. Did y'all catch that? You need a man who can be a man, and not just a man, but the man, without telling you that he the man. If you got to tell me that you the man, you not the man. Because if you were the man, I would respond to you like that. And you may be a man, but you're not the man for me. I watched my aunt be in a relationship with a man for over a decade. They lived together. They had all these kids together. At one point, he finally gave her a ring. And while she was wearing the ring, he was seeing somebody else. And then the relationship broke up, and he met somebody and married her in a short period of time. Why? My aunt was amazing. I need y'all to understand, my aunt was beautiful. She was funny. She kept a clean house. Clearly, she was having sex, and it must have been good because they produced a lot of babies. She cooked. She did all the things that men say that they want women to do. And she got the ring. She got a ring, but she didn't get the ring. Why? Why didn't she get the ring? I'm talking about beautiful. I'm talking about my aunt was so fine. I was like, Auntie, I want to look like you when I grow up. Auntie, I want to be like you when I'm talking about immaculate house. Always smelled like bleach. Cook, what you said? Cook so good. Kept the kids' clothes clean, his clothes clean. She was there. Listen, y'all, we give these men everything that a wife gives them. And then we surprised when they don't make us a wife. Why? He had already been basically married that many years, just without the marriage. We can't keep doing the same thing, expecting something different. Men know when they want to marry you. They know. If they really want to marry you, they know that. And if they're not marrying you, there's a reason. And while you're being the placeholder or the placemat, just know that there'll come a time when he does something different. And if he does finally marry you, I'm going to show y'all what happens with this. This is so crazy to me. A man will be with a woman for 12 years, 15 years, 10 years, 7 years. They get married and get divorced within 2 to 3 years. What the sense does that make? Because he married her because she was convenient and she was comfortable. And then he realized, I want more. It doesn't mean something's wrong with you, woman. It doesn't. It simply means that you are not the woman that he wants. You may be the woman that he has. You may be the one that keeps him warm. You may be the one that gives him sex right now. You may be the one that does stuff for him now, but it doesn't mean that he's going to marry you. And while you're holding out hope that he's going to marry you, as my aunt did, his mind and his eye is looking to see where his wife is. We deserve more. But if we don't believe we deserve more, we'll settle for whatever we get. But when you believe you deserve more, demand more. And I'm not talking about with no attitude and the rolling of your neck. Require him to qualify. Y'all, I missed some of this. Like, I didn't get this. You know, you would hear people say, oh, don't have sex because why buy the cow when the milk is free? But you don't really understand it. Like, you're like, who? I don't even drink milk. I'm lactose intolerant, right? But baby, let me tell y'all something. Yeah. And don't settle. Just because a man wants to marry you doesn't mean that you have to marry him. Just because a man loves you doesn't mean he's the last man that's going to ever love you. It doesn't mean that he is the one. If he's not the one, don't marry him. If you're settling, don't do it. If you don't know who you are yet, figure out who you are. If you just horny, now this is not going to be popular. I don't care. Y'all can say what you want to. This is why we got so many divorces in the kingdom of God. I'd rather you just go on have sex with him, and then repent than to marry him and then end up going through a divorce that devastates you and all the people you're connected to. What? And I'm not condoning that. I'm not telling you to go do that. But I'm telling you, y'all, come on. We got to do something different. I've fallen, but I've gotten back up every time. And you can too. You can too. Start learning what's sabotaging you, because something is. What is it that was keeping me from finding the man and the love that I really desire? And I desire love and I desire marriage. I do. But now I want marriage with the right man, the man that I can spend the rest of my life with, the man that I can take over the world with, the man that I can build kingdom with, the man that I can build family with. Not a perfect family, but a family that loves one another, a family that's able to work through tough times. I'm clear on what I want. And it's less about the physical package. There are things that I want in the physical package, but it's less about the physical package and more about the content of the man's character. My my niece said the other day, Auntie, we're gonna find you a man, and he's gonna be a good church going man, and he's gonna. I said, wait a minute, pause 1 minute. Let me just say this. Everything in the church ain't good. Okay, that's the first thing, right? But the second thing is, I need a man that's able to function in the church and out of the church. I need a man that understands kingdom more than he understands church. Okay? I need a man that loves God for real and wants to serve God for real and can lead for real. A man with a spine. And what I've discovered, unfortunately, is in the church, a lot of men ain't got no backbones. And that's a problem for me. I need a man that'll flip over some tables and crack a whip in the temple because it's out of order. Not just the man that's going to say, well, in order to just keep the deacons happy or the members happy, or, well, I don't want to ruffle no feather. I don't want no feather ruffling man. If he can't ruffle no feathers, he can't be my man, because I'm going to ruffle feathers. If he can't handle the backlash of feather ruffling, he can't be my man, because I'm going to ruffle some feathers. My presence ruffles feathers. My word choice ruffles feathers. My rawness ruffles feathers. But it gives people a reality check and a wake up that they need. People are sick of all of the fake and the fraudulent. Can we be real? Can we just be real? Now, for some people, they were very offended when I say that a man needs to be able to lead without being led by the coochie, whether it's the one he came out of or the one that he goes into. That offended them. But it's true. If you ever been with a mama's boy, his mama makes all the decisions for real. His mama's always in his ears. Well, my mama said, now listen, this is why my sons love me. And they are some mama boys. But I try to make sure that they can make a decision. I try to stay out of their relationships. I try not to do too much. But baby, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tell these women and these girls the truth. I'm not finna lie for you. I'm not finna do it. I'm going to tell the truth. My sons will tell you. One of my sons had a girl that came over and she had stayed all night, and I was there, and I was, what? You staying all night and his mama here? What? Girl, why you laying all on my son like that, ma'am? You need to get up. What is you doing? I just asked some questions. Okay. How long y'all been seeing each other? Okay, well, what y'all do? Well, he calls me and then I come over and hang out, or he comes over and hangs out. I said, okay, well, when does he call you? Well, normally he calls me about 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Oh, okay. Do y'all ever go anywhere, like to the movies or anything? Well, no. Y'all ever go out to eat? No, we normally just eat here. Baby, you do know you're a booty call, right? My son's looking at me like, mama. I said, no, it's okay if you're a booty call. Listen, I've been a booty call. It's okay if you're a booty call. It's okay. You can choose to be a booty call. I just wanted to make sure that you understood what's going on here. Now, if you understand, I'm good, but I don't want you to be deceived, because it sounds like you deceived. It sounds like you think it's more than it is. You're a booty call. If you're okay with it, I'm okay with it. Been there, done that. I'm checking. Or if it's saying, baby, the reason that you're not getting nothing different is that you ain't got no expectations. There's no requirements. You now, if you're okay with that, I'm okay with that. But if you're not okay with that, then don't settle. I love my sons, but I'm a woman. And I never want to see women putting themselves in places where they don't have to be, or not getting what they really want because they're afraid to ask for it, because they're afraid he'll leave. If he leaves when you ask for what you really want and desire in your life, he is not the man for you. Baby, stop wasting your time and go. Let somebody who really wants you be in your life. I love my sons. I think my sons are amazing. But they don't have a right to just treat women any kind of way, because they weren't raised like that. But if we allow people to treat us a certain kind of way, that's what they gonna do, if that's what they gonna do. I say all this to say, haven't always gotten it right, haven't mastered it all. But what I can tell you is this: if you want something different, do something different. If you want someone else to see your value, you discover your value. And if you keep discovering that you're settling in relationship after relationship after relationship, you do not know your value. I don't care how much you say, I'm a queen, I'm a this queen, that queen. I don't care how much you say it. Whether you believe it or not will show up in your actions. It'll show up in your ability to say no. It'll show up in your ability to require more from a man, and not from a negative standpoint, or not where you're forcing him to do it. Because if you got to force him to do it, then you're going to always have to force him. You got to be able to recognize from his actions whether he wants you or not. And if he don't want you, it's okay. Doesn't mean something's wrong with you. That's not the issue. It simply may mean that you're not the one for him. Find you. Baby, this journey, these past 2.5 years of not being with my husband, whether it was we were separated or even after the divorce, has taught me so much about me. About me. And baby, I love me some me. And I refuse to be put in a box. And I refuse to allow people's judgments about me, or what they think I should or shouldn't do as a prophet of the Most High, or any of that. Like any of that. Like, I refuse to allow it to dictate my life. I'm going to live my life, enjoy my life, and love my life, right? Because Jesus came that I would have life, and life more abundantly. A more abundant life. That's what I want. And that's what I'm living. And I love me enough that if he doesn't fit, you don't fit, it doesn't fit, then I'm willing to walk away. Doesn't matter what I've invested in it. Doesn't matter what I've put in. Like, I'll walk away because I deserve more. I don't have to settle. I'm a queen, and I deserve a king, not a jester, and not just a lord. I deserve a king for real. Someone that when he walks into the room, I look at him and I'm like, And not just because of his external appearance, but because of his presence and his essence. His essence commands something that makes me go, ooh. Y'all gotta understand. And when I walk into the room, he ought to just be like, ooh. And not just because of my beauty or my booty, but because of my aura, my essence, my spirit. It ought to cause something in him to leap in his belly, okay? It ought to trigger something for him. But what I know is what triggers something in him will trigger stuff in a lot of men. But every man that it triggers something in doesn't mean that's my man, my king. It doesn't mean that. I had to learn that. I didn't realize how much of an impact my presence had on men. So I thought, like, oh my God, oh my God. But it wasn't the same for me. It wasn't, oh my God, towards them. It was just, oh my God, like they are so into me. That's not enough. Y'all know your value, know your worth. I'm grateful for every fall that I've experienced in my life. Every one of them has taught me the value of getting back up and that I can get back up. And the thing about me is when I get up, I'm always in beast mode. I don't just get back up again. I get back up again with some vengeance attached to it. And not in the way that I'm trying to destroy anybody else, but in a way that I'm like, baby, oh, I bet it won't stop me. Listen, some falls are unavoidable. In fact, you can even say they're necessary. But just because you fall doesn't mean it's fatal. Baby, stop letting those non-fatal falls take you out. Get up. Wash your face. Figure out what's stopping you. Kill it. Dead. Cut its head off. Okay? And keep going towards your destiny. You deserve more. Listen, we've got a few spots left for tomorrow's No More Sabotage class. We got part 1 at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Central, and part 2 at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central. You don't want to miss it. Don't miss it now. Come on. Come on. And if this word blessed you and you just want to sow a seed into the woman of God for that wisdom that I gave, for the relationship that you desire, for the love that you want, for what God is doing in you and in your life, baby, drop that seed. Cash App, $forward, Cash App, $DRV Walters, Cash App, $DRV Walters, or PayPal.me/DRV Walters. Listen, check out the live stream tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to share it on my pages. I'm going to try to share it on my pages so that you guys can see the pageant. Listen, know that God is absolutely amazing, and so are you. You are a joint heir with Christ. Baby, you have been created to rule. You have been seated in heavenly places. Stop getting down off your throne, honey, trying to pick somebody up. You better find somebody else on an accompanying throne and rule together. I love you guys. Have an amazing day. Be blessed. Mwah.